Fantastic. Okay, are you ready? Buy now, cry never. Why high rates keep waiting on the sidelines? Why do you think? Why do you think it makes sense to buy now?
It might go higher.
Yeah, it might. Right? It's
Prices
a long
might go
season.
higher too.
We never know what's going to happen. The best time to buy a home is always yesterday. The best time to buy a home was yesterday. Okay? Always yesterday. And on the A team, so I have a group of people that help me execute the mortgage transaction. All right? I can't do it alone. I actually end up working 7 days a week. From 7 to 7, those are my business hours. I respond within 3 hours because when do you buy a home? When you're not working, all right? And when you're having free time. So guess what that means for me? I don't get no free time, all right? So we flex and we do life together, all right? And the team helps me to make that happen. And we are highly productive, deeply connected, empowered difference makers. We help people move forward with clear, confident, and we support them on the next step of their journey. Okay, I gotta fix those typos, but whatever. All right, here's me. That's fun. What do? I help people buy, renovate, or refinance homes that they can live in as one person, like a single family residence, so 1 to 4 families, okay? So it could be a 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 unit, or 4 unit. Anything over that is commercial. That's outside of my scope, all right? So 1 to 4 families, and buy, refinance, renovate. Renovate meaning take the little puppy that needs work and fix it up. Is it expensive? Yes. Don't think it's not. All right, so here is a lot of information. Are you ready? Jen shared with us on the, what was it called? The MLS data?
The market skinny video.
The market skinny,
Yeah.
okay? So the market skinny tells us these facts. So this is from the Kansas City area, and I actually pulled Johnson County because we're in Johnson County, Kansas right now. There are less 6.3% from 2023 to 2024. All right, we're looking at fourth quarter. So sales are down, right? Home sales are down by 6.3% from 2023 to 2024. All right, the Census Bureau says that 5% of adults in the country are recent buyers. 5% of adults are buying a home. That's a lot of people. We have billions of people, right? We think, oh, 5%, that's not that much. It actually is a lot. And a stat that's not on here, inventory is over 25% low. Like we don't have enough homes to have people be able to buy them, okay? This is the hot sexy. Are you ready? Okay, in 2020, the average cost of a home was $300,000. 2022, $400,000. Guess what it was last year? $450,000. So just in 1 year, your cash difference of cost rose by $50,000. You are paying $50,000 more waiting from 2023 to 2024 on just the price. We haven't even talked about the interest rate yet. That's just the price of the home, all right? Average cost to create a loan from $2,500 to $3,500. Okay, fine, that doesn't include an escrow account. Escrow account is your taxes, your insurance, your daily interest that you have to pay in advance before you start making payments, and mortgage insurance gets sausaged into that too, okay? And where did I get all this information? From the Heartland MLS, Multiple Listing Service, okay? And the Census Bureau. Why not wait? Well, let's math it out. I think the only persons that are gonna get excited about this are Keith and Tom. All right, so I'll try to just keep it general. I did the math for you, so you wouldn't have to watch me do it. If we looked at where rates were in 2022, people had their pants in a bunch about 4.5% in 2022 because they had just been 2.5%. All right, now they're 4.5%, and people are like, I'm waiting, it's coming down. Well, sucker, you were wrong, all right? Because just recently, we were at 7.5%, okay? So if we're looking at 2022, 4.5% at $400,000, cost per month was $1,500. When I say cost, what do I mean?
Interest.
Yeah.
Interest, exactly. The cost of the mortgage is what you have to pay to borrow it. Interest is your cost of the mortgage. Mortgage insurance is your cost of the mortgage. Okay, we're just doing interest on this one now. Principal and interest was $2,027. That's again a loan at $400,000 at 4.5%. Principal and interest. Escrows are out of this conversation. Today, this was at the top of the month, okay? So that was today, a month ago, when I put this together. 7%, okay? Average price at $450. The cost is $2,625. Really quick, how many more dollars is that? Well, right here, $1,125 more in cost. That's interest and the value of the home. Waiting cost you $1,125 more in interest per month. Then I went ahead for funsies and gave you the principal and interest difference, and that was $967 of principal and interest difference. So, if you didn't buy a home in 2022, would you have done it then, even with rates being 2% higher? Would you? Yes. All right? Yes, you would have, because we don't know what's going to happen. Now, I've got some other good stuff for you. Look at this puppy. All right? This is from Freddie Mac. All right? So it's not from Audra. In 1998, interest rates. Can you see this? That says 8.5%. Whoop! We're rubbing that in 1998. It took until 2021 to get down. We'll just pretend like we're back in 2022 at this 4.5%. Okay? That is a tremendous amount of time. How much time is this?
20 years.
We'll go with it. Yep. Okay? That's a long time. A long time, right? 10 years, 20, 2, 3, 4, 5, 25 years. Do you see any going up in this blue line? Just a little bit. Side step, down, 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 side, a little up, down, 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 down. We can't go down forever. We grow and we decay. So guess what? Before this 8.5, it was even higher. When we were in the 70s, 80s, Nixon took away the gold standard of the dollar. Interest rates were in the double digits, right? It's been worse. So are you gonna wait for it to get worse? Or are you gonna just say, I think I'm ready to own a home because I don't like the way it smells to live in my apartment? I'm sorry. I forgot that people smoke weed that much. Like, it was legit. When I renovated my house, I rented an apartment. I did not want my daughter next to somebody smoking marijuana, and then other people's food smells. I'm sure you don't want to smell my food smells. It's clean and healthy. It's not as savory as everybody likes, right? But
It smells pretty good in your house when you cook, so.
you're so sweet. Thank you, thank you. Scott got to have dinner with me too. I'm a good cook.
Really good.
Because I like to eat, and it's clean and healthy, right? But that's not the case for everybody. So this is U.S. housing data. I put it into a chart, okay? Because I know that you guys get really excited about it, but I get really excited about it. Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry, I accidentally skipped. Rent, right? Why would I buy when this is what my rent is? Fair market rent for a 2-bedroom house is $13.46. That might not be enough. Okay, fine. But if I pay rent for a year, I've paid $16,000. 5 years, I've paid $80,000, and in 10 years, I've paid $161,000. I'm rounding. Okay? That's fair market rent. My median rent is a little bit more expensive. Okay? So if I take and compare my median rent of $14.52, I feel like I need a pointer. Are you tracking with me? Can you see this? $14.52. Here's what I paid at a year. If I took and paid that 7% at $450 right now, this is what I paid in a year. But when I own a home, I do get to take a deduction. Well, everybody gets to take the standard deduction unless they're self-employed and they itemize. All right, so I'm not a CPA. Go talk to Keith. All right, I'm not allowed to give you tax advice, but I will share with you consequence. This is just information. So here's our tax deduction. our net cost, if we take away this tax deduction here, of owning versus renting, is it really costs you $7,000 more, okay, in the first year to own. 3 years, 21, 5 years, 35, 10 years, 71. But then we haven't taken into account appreciation. Your rent is not going to get you future wealth. And real estate is the fastest route to future wealth, okay? So the cash flow might not be it. But the long-term future wealth of, okay, here's my tax benefit to buy versus rent. I have no tax benefit to rent, okay? After tax payment, yeah, it's still more expensive. My money due for closing, yep, it costs money to close the loan. But if I were taking into account a 4% appreciation, which is not the market, that's well under. My assets, if I'm not only investing money at, let's say 6%, but I appreciate it 4%, the difference of my future assets versus when I sell the home after a holding period, maybe of 7 to 8 years, because that's what people usually live in their homes, 7 to 8 years. Okay, that's a statistic also from National Association of Realtors. Owning the home might pay me $124,738, more than what I had. Who likes $124,000? I'm sorry, do you not like $124,000? You've lost your mind. Mama picks up pennies, okay, because they add up. So, what do we think is going to happen? Here's the forecast. We think unemployment rate's going to change. We think inflation's going to go up. We think the Fed funds rate is going to modify. And from that, we think interest rates should come down to the high 5s, low 6s. When's that going to happen? I don't know. Who gave me this? Barry Habib. He's a market expert. He actually just wrote a letter out to President Trump about how some of the systems that they're using to measure these results are antiquated and they need revision. Well, Trump's a businessman. He's probably going to listen to a different businessman that swims in this lane exclusively. And he might heed that advice. If he does, we're going to see rates lower, which means everybody is going to have more of what they want in regard to having a home and paying less money for it. The best time of maximum pessimism is the best time to buy. That could be our quote of the day since Charlie's not here, right? Be a buffalo. When there's a storm, go into the storm. Thank you.